What are your thoughts as a GM with this situation?
Well, the first thing I'll do is I'll put a strip club in the arena, so I know he's there at all times.
God damn it. That might be the key. Monday, December 28th. Man, we just came out of opening weekend. A lot to get to. This is what's burning. Jack, the Brooklyn Nets, how good are they? How good can they be? And how big is this Dinwiddie ACL injury going to be to the team?
Well, I had this team coming out the East. I love the way they're getting off to a good start. You know, you're having Dinwiddie go down. It's a letdown early, but it's good it's happening early too, because they can add somebody, whether it's a vet, whether it's a young D-League guy, somebody that can come in and help this team right now and come in and fit into the system. They have a lot of time to fit him in. But this team is getting off to a great start. I love the way KD's being athletic and trying to run blocks down. I love Kyrie and how they're being efficient, man. I think they're getting off to a great start.
Yeah, this is a scary team. This is both of our picks to come out of the East. To me, the deepest team in the league. The Dinwiddie injury is going to affect them a little bit. I definitely feel he was someone who did it all for them. But outside of that, like I said, I think the team's very deep. I think their chemistry is fine. I think early on there were some, they were trying to, get on Kyrie to separate and divide the team. Team didn't buy into that. Everyone fucks with each other. You could tell from the outside looking in. If you're a hooper, you know what it is. This team is on a mission. Two superstars that are coming off injuries. New coach, the energy of Brooklyn. This is going to be a fun season for them. And like I said, I think we both agree that they should be coming out of the East and meeting up with the Lakers in the finals. First impression, next team up, Golden State Warriors, off to a slow start. We're blown out by Brooklyn, blown out by Milwaukee, hit a game winner the other night in Chicago to get their first victory. I think people have to understand is this team is searching for an identity right now. They were just one of the greatest dynasties we've seen. Got a handful of championships. KD leaves. Clay goes down. Draymond is not in yet. Steph is out there with a whole bunch of new guys and a very talented rookie. And it's going to take some time for this team to gel. What are your feelings on the team out the gate so far?
Well, you can't put it no better than that, Matt. They're looking for identity. And they're not going to win too many games on the Hail Mary throw-up shot. You know what I'm saying, at the buzzer. You don't want to win games like that. You're asking Wiggins and Oubre to come together and equate to what Clay was. It's not going to happen, man. This team needs Clay. It don't look right. Steph can be awesome a lot of nights, but just not having Clay on the court, Matt, it don't look right to me.
Now, Clay is obviously a big part with spacing and obviously what he can do on the defensive end. I think Golden State is really asking Wiggins and obviously Oubre to be themselves. And I think although they're off to a slow start, Oubre was at 18 points a game. Wiggins is nearly a 20-point a game average guy. So I think these guys will catch their rhythm. They need Draymond back, that's definite. But I think, this team is, max 7 seed, but most likely I think in that play-in space to make the playoffs. So hopefully they'll get their chemistry together, get guys back in and see what they can do. First impression, next team up, Atlanta Hawks, off to a 2-0 start. Jack, we had Rondo on the show a couple weeks ago, and, we discussed under the radar, this team did a lot of good things in free agency. Able to get Gallinari, Bogdanovic, young Cam Reddish, John Collins, doing his thing. Trae Young has been a monster thus far. Rondo's been able to play one of the games. But I like this team. They still got Clint Capella, who hasn't got a chance to play yet. They got a lot of nice pieces. I expect them to be probably one of the surprise teams, if not the surprise team, in the East this year. What have you thought about them so far?
Well, you said it. And all those names you named, these are guys that this is the year for them to come into their own. All these guys been bouncing around. All these guys have been had a lot of knocks on them, said they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. You got a lot of young guys that's hungry, that's ready to prove themselves. And I think this team, with having Trae Young run this team, with having a young coach over there, I think they're going to be kind of like the Warriors of the Eastern Conference. They're going to play a high-paced style of basketball and try to run the score up. And I think they have the guns and the shooters to do it.
Yeah, that this team has built primarily through the draft, able to get some nice free agent pickups this year, which I like. Rondo dropping his game and knowledge on that team. like I said, I'm excited to see what this young team can do because they have a lot of nice pieces, and they should definitely make some noise in the East. Take Note is our next segment, and we have two teams for you to watch out for this season. The Portland Trail Blazers and Indiana Pacers. With a quick turnaround from the bubble, not much in the preseason. Two teams that we both like are Indiana and the Blazers. How good can the Blazers be if they can stay healthy?
Sky's the limit for the Blazers, Matt. We know that somebody's always been injured on their team. The big man, one of the key guards. Somebody's always been hurt on this team. When this team is healthy, they're dangerous. I think that's why they're getting up to a good start. I'm pretty sure all these guys had a good training camp. Everybody's coming back healthy. Melo is involved in training camp this year. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this team goes. But if they stay healthy, Matt, they got a chance to win this Western Conference.
I mean, this is a deep team. You obviously got Dame and CJ. You got picked up Covington. You got a healthy Nurkic. You got Melo in training camp. You got Cantor, Trent, Hood, Derek Jones. I mean, this team is definitely deep. Can definitely contend. Anytime you have Dame and CJ, CJ is probably right up there next to Drew Holiday, one of the most underrated players in the game, one of the most skilled two guards we've seen. There's nothing he can't do. So I'm excited for Portland this year. Definitely, if they can stay healthy, they can really make some noise in the Western Conference. The Pacers on the flip side, I think that's someone that no one's really talking about. They also have a deep team and a player that I think is really might be the most slept on star in the game, which is Sabonis, someone who's big, agile, does an inside out. He's mean, he's dirty, and he's a throwback player. You know, his dad was, they say, one of the best bigs we've, ever played this game. We didn't get to see him in his prime, but, you hear stories about his father in the past. But I really like Indiana, too. Obviously, Oladipo is key to that team, but they have a lot of nice pieces to go in that Eastern Conference, which is going to be very competitive this year.
Yeah, I think the Pacers are picking up that grit style of basketball. Oladipo's healthy. Like you said, Sabonis is getting off to a great start. But what a lot of people are not talking about is T. Warren. He reminds me a lot of myself. He got off in the bubble last year. And
Killed in the bubble.
I think we'll have a breakout year too. But this team is embracing that grit style of basketball. And like you said, they can do anything coming out the East. It just all matters if they can gel quick.
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon as well. I mean, they got a lot of nice pieces. So the Holiday brothers. So excited to see what this team can do in the East. But it's definitely going to be a fun year and a solid year for both these teams. The week ahead gives us a bubble second round playoff rematch between the Bucks and the Heat. Jimmy's expected to play in one of the two games. Miami's off to a nice start while Milwaukee's trying to find their footing still. Jack, as a player, these early season playoff rematches, how serious? I know obviously every game is serious, but I think the media is going to make this a huge deal. But to me, it's just still early in the season. How would you approach this game if you're Milwaukee?
Well, it's a statement game. We had a letdown last year in the playoffs. We didn't play as well. And we haven't started this season off on a great note. So this has to be a statement game. We have to look at this game the same way the Clippers looked at the first game against the Lakers. They didn't get a chance to play them in the Western Conference Finals. So this is our Western Conference Finals. Let us make a statement game against you right now at the beginning of the season. Milwaukee needs to have that same approach, whether Jimmy plays or not, and try to make this a statement game and let them know that they're going to be hanging around towards the end of the season.
I like that. Miami is Miami. They're going to, they're a blue-collar team. They've been doing their thing off to a nice start. Jimmy's got these guys playing well. Obviously, with Brooklyn in the East now, it's not a clear cut. There's no real clear cut. We feel
it's
Brooklyn
ugly for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we feel Brooklyn, has the upper hand, but I mean, the East is deep, man. Miami, Boston, Philly. Who am I forgetting? The Celtics. It's definitely going to be fun, but I expect Miami to be fairly consistent throughout the season, and Milwaukee needs to find what their identity is, similar to what the Warriors are looking for right now. Also this week, we got a nice Western Conference matchup between Phoenix and Utah. Devin Booker versus Donovan Mitchell. CP, Mike Conley. You saw Gobert just signed the biggest contract in history for a center. Congratulations. Jack, what fan base should be more excited for their team's future? I think Utah's been pretty solid, consistent, haven't got over that hump. Phoenix has been in the toilet. I think CP coming over there now is going to be great for Booker and Aiden. What team should be more excited about their future?
Phoenix, man, it's not even close. Having a player like Booker and a young star like Aiden, adding a Hall of Famer like Chris Paul, a player like Chris Paul only comes around every blue moon. One of the best leaders, one of the best teammates, one of the best, one of the most dirtiest playing guys I know. You know what I mean? But he's also, but out of all that, he's the smartest point guard I've ever seen on the court, man. So
always
just having
taking
him,
CP to war, yeah.
Yeah, having him and Booker together, I'm excited about this, and Phoenix fans should be excited as well.
Absolutely. I'm excited. You know, they were my surprise team in the West this year. I think CP is going to take Devin Booker's game to another level. And, you know, you already know what CP does with bigs, so he's going to get Aiden, you know, really going too. Utah is always solid. You know, I like, you know, Quinn Snyder and what they do over there. Do they have enough to get over the hump? Who knows? But I definitely think it's going to be an exciting matchup for years to come between Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell, two of the bright young stars in our game. A Harden Watch. First game back, 44-17. There's been a lot of noise about what he has and hasn't been doing off the court. But when he's on the court, he's a killer. What are they going to do in Houston? As a GM, do you trade him? Do you try to make it work? Obviously, he's still under contract for 2 more years. I personally would love to see him mix in with Wall and Boogie, and Christian Wood has been playing really well. What are your thoughts as a GM with this situation?
Well, the first thing I'll do is I'll put a strip club in the arena, so I know he's there at all times.
God damn it. That might be the key.
I'm just telling you, Matt.
That might be it.
You won't have to worry about missing him because you know he's there, right? But a player like James Harden, man, he comes once in a lifetime. You got to do everything you can to keep him. I want to see him, Wall, and Boogie. I want to see what they can do together in the Western Conference, man. This team can make some noise. And everybody knows Steve Silas is my cousin, so I want to see him do good. But Houston has invested a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of love in James Harden. And I'm a big fan of James Harden being from Texas, so I want to see him win in Houston.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm for player empowerment. I think we both are. You know, when players want to take their future in their own hands, I'm all for it. I think, obviously, there was just a lot of outside noise of the way he was handling that. But it'll be interesting to see if there's anything they can do to keep him or change his mind. Has there ever been a situation in your career where you just really wanted out and you were fed up, so you said, fuck it?
Yeah, man. When Charlotte traded me to Milwaukee, I wasn't in that stage where I was ready to go to a team that was just cool with losing. I got there, and me and Scott Skiles never hit it off. We are 2 different type of people, and I just stayed at home till they traded me to San Antonio. I was doing mixtapes and doing rap shows. Even when you came down with the Lakers, I was suspended because I got into it with Coach. I did not want to be there, so you know I had a lot of game left. As soon as I got to San Antonio, we made it to the Western Conference Finals. So, know your worth.
know your worth.
Exactly.
Quick hitters. Happy early birthday. LeBron will be 36 on Wednesday. I mean, this guy, what can you say about this guy? I mean, they got a chance to go back-to-back, possibly three-peat with this team. One of the greatest to ever do it. It's been a pleasure watching him do what he's doing for so long.
Happy early birthday to the King. I'm glad I've been alive to witness greatness. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Steph Curry hit over 100 straight threes from the corner. Shot for 5 straight minutes. Didn't miss. Unbelievable. Not surprising at all with Steph and his shooting. The fastest ever reached 2,500 threes. It only took him 702 games. The next closest is Reggie Miller with 1,021 games and Ray Allen with 1,288 games. This guy did it in 702 games. Obviously one of the greatest shooters, the greatest shooter we've ever seen.
I'm glad I was there with the short time when he got drafted. But, bro, how you shoot for 5 minutes and nothing cramp up? My God.
Glad you underestimated him asking for a trade, too. Anyway, moving on.
But I told him that.
There's a little Trae Young, Grayson Allen Twitter beef going on right now. The other night, Grayson stepped and tried to trip him. Grayson has a history of being dirty in college. I love for someone to play hard, but the dirty shit, someone might have to check that chin one of these days for that.
Yeah, this ain't his first time. Like you say, he has a history of college a number of times of doing stuff like this. And Trae Young just letting him know, hey, man, Rondo not out here to knock you out for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you know I'm going to nip this in the bud right now. We don't take that in this league, young fella.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for playing hard, but the dirty shit, that's got to go. You never want to intentionally hurt players. In closing, one thing you want to see in the NBA in 2021?
I want to see the fight for equality and social justice continue. They still killing us. It's a lot still going on. And I think the fight for equality we far from it. So I think we should still be fighting for that, and they still should be pushing it in the NBA.
I agree. continuing to push the message, and I just hope everyone stays healthy this season, man. And you know, with the quick turnaround, I want to see everyone stay healthy so we can have the best possible playoffs and crown a champ. So good luck to everybody. And like Jack said, man, keep pushing that message. Man, we got to wish our fans, we're closing out the year. Big year for us, man. But we want to thank our fans, man, for all the love and support. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. We winning awards we can't wait to tell you about. Like we said, we came over. We said we was going to change the game in this space, and I think we continue to do that. So shout out, my brother. Appreciate you.
Love you, bro. Appreciate you.
No doubt. Big time shout out to Showtime Basketball, YouTube, iHeart, and the Black Effects Network for picking us up, man. We're just getting started.
And follow Show Basketball on Twitter. You dig?
TV taught me how to dream.